It's me.
I have found in the Formula 4 paddock the amazing Abbi Pulling. Oh my goodness, what a pleasure it is to see you here.
No, it's brilliant to be here with the team, Rodin F1. They're fighting for the championship, obviously, so I couldn't say no. I had to come down and show my support. Yeah, they're doing a really good job this year, and it is. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what the result ends up being.
The name Rodin is becoming very, very big and popular in the world at the moment, with the likes of Liam Lawson getting into Formula 1. So how does it feel to be sort of now part of a very clear pathway to Formula 1?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think you know, I've got so much support at the moment, and I really want to make the most of every opportunity that I've got. So, yeah, it's definitely. You know, motorsport isn't easy. It's, you know, you say it's a clear pathway, but it's still hard. It's not always as clear. Yeah, but it's really, really exciting time, especially to be a female in motorsport as well. It's a really exciting time, and like I say, there's a lot of opportunities going about.
So you've happily made the transition from W Series into the F1 Academy, which is quite lucky because only a small few of you jumped across. So how has this year been for you in the F1 Academy?
Yeah, I mean it's been a tough year results-wise. It's been, I've made mistakes. I've made a few mistakes, and I think we've struggled a bit with the car. It's been very hot,
yeah. And
obviously in the UK, we're normally running these cars. It's not hot, so it's been really fun working with the team and kind of problem solving. And I think we've got a really, really strong package now. Really looking forward to going to COTA and. Yeah, I think the opportunity that the championship itself is giving to females. Like I say, COTA, we're racing with Formula 1, and being on that, package is huge. And it's only showing the young girls that are coming into it, and that's the difference that we need. That the 10-year-old girls watching, they're the ones that are going to be coming through and adding the numbers. So it's all really positive, and a really good time to be a female in motorsport.
Yeah, I suppose in a way, do you feel like you're in a transition of you've still got the people that you look up to, that you aspire to be like, yet there's people now coming through the ranks looking at you. How does that feel?
Yeah, I get so many messages, more than I can count, about I want to be like you, how do I get into motorsport? And it's really nice to go into a go-kart paddock now and seeing so many more females in it. Yeah, they come up to me and like, oh, what could, around this track, what can I do differently? And yeah, you have to take a step back a little bit and think, wow, it's amazing that I'm having such an impact on so many people's, lives, and really pushing them to be the best version of themselves. I think that's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I think that even though now it's quite an open book on women coming into motorsport, there's still very few of us here, including on the media side or within the management side. And we're in the F4 paddock today. And there's still quite very few females working here. So I think that the word has to go out that women are needed in all different areas of motorsport.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's what Alpine. I'm a part of the Alpine Academy, and they have a race her program, and their whole thing is not just about the driving. It's about the engineers, the lawyers, the mechanics. It's everything in motorsport. It's not just a driver; it's a whole team behind the car. Getting, in F1, it's 800 people for two cars. And yeah, it's such a big thing. That they're doing is giving them opportunities to females in other aspects of motorsport as well. And yeah, it's still rising. It still is a definite divide. There's still not too many females, but it's on the rise, which is such a big positive, and it's nice to see that change, in the moment.
How's the Race Her programme been going then? Because since the launch, it's been a little bit quiet. Is there a lot going on behind the scenes? Did they get you doing a lot of things for them?
Yeah, so the Race Her programme, so I'm more involved with the go-karters, the females, and they did it recently. I went along to a day at Wilton Mill where it was, an exclusive day. All the girls, they had all the karts that they're normally racing in, and it was just a really big learning day for them. Racing in the UK, they were all European racers, so then coming to a new track, it was interesting to see how they all learnt the track. And then we did race situations. They're all racing each other, and we were reviewing the footage. I was one of the driver coaches, so it was nice to I know that track very well, so it was nice to kind of give some of my advice and information onto them, and see them progress through the day. And then obviously there's other support going on. They work very closely with them, doing driver reports and everything. I'm less involved with that. That's more Alice and the Academy itself. But yeah, I think it's amazing. I almost wish I was 8 years old again, you know.
So you've mentioned Kota, that's the next race coming up, and that's very soon. I think some of the girls are already over there, aren't they, for the F1 Academy girls?
Yeah, a few of them I think have done a few extra laps than some of us. But you know, at the end of the day, it's racing. Some people, you know, there's always someone that's got something that you want to be doing, or you know, along them lines. So, you know, I'm just going to live in my moment. You know, do the best job that I can do. I think I'm going into it quite level-headed. For a lot of them, it is the first race on the Formula One for them, whereas I've experienced that before in W Series. So I'm quite in a comfortable position in that sense, and you know, I'm not going to be on the grid thinking about things that don't matter. So I'm going into it, you know, pretty open-minded, pretty confident in myself and what I can achieve.
So we know you've been to Austin before. Have you experienced the city at all? Because Austin's actually one of my favourite cities in the States, and people don't really think about it as a destination to go to. So,
to be honest, I haven't actually experienced it too much. As far as, I'm only 20, so I can't experience it maybe to the extent that you can.
I don't know what she means.
I can't experience it maybe like you could, but no, itself, like it's very different. It's very different out there to Europe, and I love people watching. I love doing it. Even when I went to New York, just people watching is such a. I think I love to do that. I don't know. It's just, you know, speaking to people. They're so friendly, really friendly. Everyone that I come across. And yeah, the food, everything's bigger in it.
Everything is just huge.
I get a portion, like, can I have the kids menu because it's a bit big.
I know, it's very like a huge, massive dinner, like beef and steaks and all sorts.
And I remember ordering the Caesar salad, and I feel like the Caesar salad was wasn't really the healthy option. Cake to me. But I mean, go big or go home.
Exactly. No, I mean, I've been to a race there at Kota as well, and the crowd is just so different. Yes. I mean, the Americans are very, very passionate people. Yes. And I find that the Americans, I don't know if you've come across this, that they'll have their favourite, they'll have their driver, but they just love the racing. They love it. And if their favourite driver happens to retire, that doesn't matter. They're going to support the next guy. Yeah. You know?
No, it's very raw, like, especially Kota, it's like the home of motorsport for them. Like, Kota is the centre of it all. So it's almost like our Silverstone, really. I do compare it to Silverstone a little bit. Like, the track layout is a little bit similar with the Maggotts Beckett
It's
style.
crazy, that first hill though, right?
It's very uphill.
Steep.
It makes the braking really fun. Like, it's a whole. You can brake really late because it stops you a bit going up here. It's a fun corner.
Which is the best position to start in then? Because it always looks like starting in P2 has the better advantage.
You find that at a few races though, P2 can have an advantage, especially like there's so many things to counter. It's like the crown of the road. Zandvoort, for example, starting P1, you've got the crown, so you get a lot of wheel spin, but then there's the dust on the inside, and then it's the same for Kota. It can get quite dusty offline, but it's a bit more uphill, so it's two different stories. I think the benefit of P2 is you're on the inside for turn one. I think that's a huge thing. So as long as you get a good enough launch and you can control it to turn one, you're pretty much going to lead into the next corner.
Well, I'm really excited for that weekend anyway, but even more so because the F1 Academy's there and because you're there.
Oh, thank you.
And it's great to see you today in the F4 paddock. Good luck with everything.
No, thank you very much. No, I really, really appreciate you coming and talking to me.
Hey, it's me.